Day 5 of telling my story until I can afford to leave Texas. So on Saturday, I had an appointment at the free clinic. Mainly, I'm going in to find out what's going on with my crazy symptoms I've been having. A lot of them, I think, are anemia symptoms, but I have the typical ones like shortness of breath, heart racing, dizziness, muscle weakness, fatigue, lightheadedness, brain fog, anxiety, insomnia, just waking up like gasping for breath, just feeling oxygen starved. And then on top of that, I started having like vertigo, which is the thing where when you lay down or stand up and you feel like you're spinning, like you see the room spinning around you, and disorientation, just like losing my balance and falling over. And then derealization, which I've never had before, which basically means that you feel like detached from your body or like you're floating outside of your body. It's a really scary feeling, especially because it's kind of what people describe like when they pass away and they're being revived and they wake up and then they're like they had this out of body experience. And that's kind of what it feels like having the derealization. Then on top of that, which I don't know if this is related to my anemia at all, I think this is related to the antibiotics overdose and liver injury, but I have swelling above and below my liver on my right side and a lot of back pain. And I was thankfully able to convince the doctor that I need to have an ultrasound. So she is going to work on scheduling an ultrasound, and hopefully I can get in for that next week or the week after and find out what's going on inside my body. I'm kind of scared because I honestly think with all the inflammation and everything, and I've been going through chronic inflammation for about 20 years with my Hashimoto's. I already know that I have cysts on my ovaries and my uterus because they found that when I was going through treatment for anemia in the hospital last year in April. And so I'm really afraid I have a cyst on my liver because I have a lot of pain and I feel, from my side, I can feel like a lump or something that is in my liver area. I don't know if I might also have tumors or something like that, or polyps, or I really don't know what's causing all the pain. I know it should be gone by now. It's been over 3 months since the damage from the antibiotics. And sometimes it seems like my pain is getting worse and like I'm having more inflammation. So I'm just really nervous about it. I don't know what the doctors are going to find. I hope they find out whatever it is and can give me some answers. I'm also concerned about possible damage of like cartilage or something like between my ribs because I have a lot of pain around my rib cage area. I don't know, maybe that comes from something related to tumors or something else. I just really don't know. Nobody has ever said anything to me about finding anything on my previous CT scans and stuff, but they also never told me that I had fatty liver. They've never told me that I had gallstones until I had my gallbladder removed. So a lot of these things, they don't tell me about anything. Also, I found out from a CT scan, just looking at my records, that I had a distended bladder after the antibiotics overdose. I was never told about that either. So a lot of things I'm not being told about. So if there is something going on inside me, if I do have cysts or tumors or something, most of the things I'm not being told about. So I don't know how long this may have been going on. Anyway, I hope it's not that. I hope it's something that can be healed over time. But if y'all could just pray for me. I am super nervous. I have, like I said, swelling around my back, my upper and lower right side. So yeah, I'm just trying to get an ultrasound to check for cysts or abnormalities on my kidneys, on my liver, near my lungs, in my rib cage, anywhere in my abdomen where I'm having all this pain. And then just have them check my ribs, my cartilage, tendons, anything around my right side that could be causing this pain. I really think I need to see a hematologist about my anemia because the doctors don't seem to think it's a problem. When I went and I talked to the doctor at the free clinic, and this is the best person there, this is the only person that even listens to me at all. And she literally told me that she doesn't think my anemia is a problem at all and that it shouldn't be causing all these symptoms. And she really sounded like she didn't believe me. So I said to her, I was like, oh my God, so if it's not the anemia, what's causing these symptoms? And she just looked at me like dumbfounded, like baffled, like she didn't expect me to ask the question. She just expected me to be like, oh yeah, you're right, I'm probably fine. There's no way I'm going to think I'm fine when I literally feel like I'm like passing out. I can barely sit up. I'm dizzy while walking. I'm trying to do my daily exercise every day so I can keep active. You know what I mean? And it's very hard. Sometimes I have to just dance in place and hold on to my husband and stuff because I'm so dizzy all the time. But it's really difficult to always have your health issues dismissed. And, I'm not a doctor. So all I can do is give them ideas of what to check and then hope that they'll check it and hope that they come up with an answer. But like what I'm getting is no answers ever. I was very lucky that they did find the vitamin D deficiency when I asked them to do a test for that. I've been taking vitamin D and I feel like my symptoms were getting better, but now my symptoms are getting worse again. It's possible that it's because I slowed down on taking my iron and vitamin D because I was starting to have side effects from them. I was still recovering from the antibiotics overdose, and I slowed down taking iron and vitamin D because I felt like I was having a burning, swelling sensation in my liver. And I just felt like my liver at the time couldn't handle it. So now I'm taking them again, but I just am not feeling better. If y'all have ever had back to back to back antibiotics during anemia and have had this feeling of like your whole body like burning and convulsing and I don't know, almost like ripping sensations inside and inflammation, extreme inflammation throughout all your joints and your bones and your organs. And if y'all have ever been through this, how did you recover? Like, what did you do to recover? And, what nutrients did you take or what vitamins and supplements did you take to recover? I'm sitting here just trying to figure things out on my own, and I'm so tired of figuring things out on my own. I wish that the doctors would do more to help. But I am glad in my appointment, I advocated for myself, and she is ordering the anemia panel for me, a new vitamin D test, and an ultrasound. So hopefully that will provide some answers. Also, I don't know if you guys seen me share this in my stories before, but I've shared several times about this company called The Wellness Way. There's this one, Wellness Way Raleigh or Rayleigh, however they pronounce it. And they consider themselves like a health restoration clinic. And they basically do a bunch of tests to check and find out what are the causes of the inflammation in your body. So they test for bacteria, yeast, parasites, mold exposure. They test your hormones, food sensitivities, basically anything that could be an underlying cause for inflammation. So I was thinking about contacting them and getting an estimate to find out how much testing would be to get all this done to find out what's going on inside my gut. Because I went to the doctor and I asked them, do they test for parasites, yeast, mold, any of these things, bacteria, to find out if one of these issues might be causing some of the pain and suffering that I'm going through right now. And she said, no, they don't do any of those tests. I don't understand how those types of tests are not standard and they're not done. Because I think a lot of people's root cause for health issues is, down to inflammation. I'm thinking about setting up a little fund and raise some money so that I can get the testing done and I can share the results with y'all. So if y'all are interested in helping with that, leave a comment down below and let me know. I am thinking about creating something like, I don't even know what, but some kind of little fundraiser so that I can get the money together to do the testing and see, what's going on. Is that part of what's causing me all this harm? Because so many people who have similar symptoms to me and similar issues to mine are going through what essentially comes down to being gut health and hormonal issues. So, all right. Well, thank you all for listening. I will talk to you on the next one.